Is it authentic? That's the mystery.
Or is it just another symbolic victory?
Now there's two anthems. Do we kneel? Do we stand?
If we could just right our wrongs, we wouldn't need two songs.
We don't need another publicity parade.
So we'll just stay inside.
Until it's time to play the game.
Whatever happened to the funds that were promised? All of a sudden, we got a collapsed pocket?
The bottom line should not be the net profit.
You can't open your heart when it's controlled by your wallet.
Decals and patches.
Fireworks and trumpets?
We're not puppets.
Don't publicize false budgets.
Ask the pundits, and we shouldn't have a say.
If you speak up for change, then I'll shut up and play.
If we remain silent, that would just be selfish.
Since they don't have a voice, we're speaking up for the helpless.
It's not enough to act like you care for the troops.
Millions for pregame patriotism. You get paid to salute.
Lift every voice and sing.
It's just a way to save face.
Lose the mask and stop hiding the real game face.
So if my dad was a soldier, but the cops killed my brother, do I stand for one anthem and then kneel for the other?
This attempt to unify only creates more divide.
So we'll skip this song and dance.
And as a team, we'll stay inside.
We need changed hearts, not just a response to pressure.
Enough. No more fluff and empty gestures.
We need owners with influence and pockets bigger than ours.
To call up officials.
And flex political power.
When education is not determined by where we reside.
And we have the means to purchase what the doctor prescribed.
And you fight for prison reform and innocent lives.
And you repair the communities that were tossed to the side.
And you admit you gained from it and you swallowed your pride.
And when greed is not the compass, but love is the guide.
And when the courts don't punish skin color, but punish the crime.
Until then, we'll just skip the long production and stay inside.
For centuries, we've been trying to make you aware.
Either you're in denial or just simply don't really care.
It's not a black-white thing.
Or a left-right thing.
Let's clean the whole bird.
And stop arguing about which wing.
Before the media starts wondering and guessing, they just answered all your questions. We'll just stay inside.
Welcome to another episode of Ballers Union. We're coming to you live on this glorious
Back on Good
Sunday.
Morning Football and last night's game, the Texans remained in the locker room during the national anthem as a form of peaceful protest. They rejoined the Chiefs, as you're seeing on the field, in a showing of unity before kickoff. In a truly distressing move, you could hear boos from the crowd who were present there at Arrowhead Stadium during the moment of silence.
Gio at the 4.
Now, shortly after kickoff, we all saw on Twitter the Dolphins released a...
Somebody got a commercial in the background.
What's up?
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah. So let's go ahead, BTG. I know you've been a little MIA due to your Lakers in the playoffs.
Yeah, he gonna come out of hiding now. He was in hiding while the series was going, but now since they took the series, he's gonna come out of hiding. But what is your flow, BT?
I mean, actually, I'm about to go back into hiding. You know, because,
I know it.
I'm about to go back. I'll be hiding until what? Until Thursday or whatever. Yep. Because we got a game coming up on Tuesday. No, man, I respect her. I respect the Rockets. I don't really care for Mike because look, I had Mike as a coach. I played against Mike since the Phoenix days, so it wasn't no surprise to me. I did say I'm on record as saying that I was more concerned about the Rockets than I was about Portland. But at the same time, man, like I mean, that's what Mike is. Mike is gonna rack you up 50 to 60 wins a season. And he's going to be competitive. He's going to try to shoot the lights out. And I'm actually, like I said, like I told him earlier before we start recording, that they did have, one of the best defenses in the bubble. Now I will say if this was in our regular arenas, it probably would have been over real quick. You know what I mean? But hey, I mean, what can I say? I mean, it's time for Houston to go get a coach that could bring out the better Harden to improve Russ, and make sure you keep more than one center on the payroll. So y'all can have an inside presence. Outside of that, I mean, you going up against AD and Ron. So the chances of you actually winning that series is very slim, especially if you don't have an inside presence. So it's not a surprise and it's not a badge. I actually salute them because we actually could have won a couple of those games. At the same time, I mean, we could have played the opposite way. Our role players could have, still been asleep, and then they could have took advantage of that. So, shout out to Houston, but yeah, Mike D'Antoni, that's not the answer right there. And they knew that. They knew that when they had CP3. So, I don't know. On to the Clippers, maybe. Yeah,
Thank
we get
you.
Denver. If we get Denver, we winning in 3. So I'm just letting you know that.
Oh, now that's a lie. But
look,
you
get
the glow.
All bubble. Y'all been saying y'all got Dame and CJ, the best backcourt in the NBA. They gonna do this, that, and third. They won one game. Next thing you know, we go up against Russ. Shout out to Russ, that's my boy. And we got a Harden, one of the coldest offensive players of all time. Next thing you know, they won one game. I'm not listening to y'all no more. I don't have to. I'm not listening to y'all no more. It don't make any sense at this point. We lost twice in the playoffs, and that as of now, I expect 7 with the Clippers. But you talking about Denver? Man, we gotta smack the dog shit out of them. Don't play with me. But look, I'll give y'all something to ride on. You're gonna be a Clipper fan. Y'all gonna be a Nuggets fan. Y'all need to pick now.
We're a fan of whoever playing the Lakers. That's what we're a fan of.
Hey, I'm a fan
pick
of
one.
That's what I'm a fan of.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the Clippers before the season started. That's who I picked. I thought it was going to be the Clippers and the Lakers, but the way the Clippers have looked this postseason, no, I don't care who you play either. I think it's the Lakers are winning the West.
Look, y'all got 3 teams to pick. Y'all got 4 because I think Miami has a great chance of beating Boston. But look, y'all got 4 solid teams to pick from right now.
I'm still going with the Clippers.
I'm going with I've been with the Nuggets the whole time, so I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna stay with my pick with the Nuggets. I think they're gonna win this game 7.
Nobody picking none of the Eastern teams.
Well, I always was on the mic.
No, I was just picking the team that beat
Miami.
the Lakers.
Yeah.
If you
go back to the first one, I picked when they first started the playoffs, I picked the Heat. So I'm on record on that. Yeah, I'm on record.
We got to go back
and look it up.
I had Clippers, so I'll stick with the Clippers, but I don't like it.
We're going to have to rewind the tape a little bit. I don't know about all that, Smash.
Let the board op go back and pull that up.
Nah, but Miami got one thing. They definitely can shoot the lights out of that ball, and he actually brings them a little bit more grittiness, that little grit and grind to their game. So Miami will be the better option, I think, to come out of there. But we all know that's the JV team, man. To keep it real, I'm more sure the West is going to come out and do something.
Okay.
But I thank you. I thank the Lakers for taking us out. I thank the Lakers because at the end of the day, D'Antonio, he got the message. We love you, but you got to go. It's time for something new. So
how long was he in Houston?
Huh?
How long was D'Antonio there?
Too long. Too long. He was in here too long.
Do you think that he stepped down because they were going to fire him anyways?
That's what I believe.
Wait, say it again.
Because I saw he stepped down today. So you think he stepped down so he didn't have to get the firing that they were going to do anyways?
Well, his contract was over anyway. He didn't sign they didn't offer him a new contract, nor did he fight for a new contract. So it's just like they just parting ways, basically. You know, he's a top candidate for one of the top candidates for the Philly job. So he was just trying to go and do other things. And I mean, you know, at certain times with coaches, sometimes a coach could get a team only so far. You know, and it's not a knock on him as a coach, but it is kind of for him. It's a knock on him, coach, because I think the way that we played, there's no element of surprise with the Lakers. I mean, with the Rockets. No matter what you do, you know where everybody is on the floor. You know, so and if you're not hot and throughout the whole time that you're playing this type of basketball, it just doesn't work out. It works great in the regular season, But in the playoffs, when the games turn into a half-court game, it just doesn't work out with them.
Yeah, I mean, you said
So
Philly. Could you imagine Mike D'Antoni on Philly and him just telling Ben Simmons to keep shooting? That would be awful.
Right. With him, I would think it changed positions. Yeah,
it's the coach, man. Westbrook and Harden, because they done this once before.
It's the coach.
They haven't been able to get it done when they did it the first time. So is it those two?
Nah, we ain't gonna buy into that. It's the coach. We ain't gonna buy into that because one thing, it doesn't matter. One thing for sure, it doesn't matter who the coach was for the Rockets. While Harden has been on this team, Harden has always done what Harden is going to do. He's always going to score buckets. But what he hasn't done, he hasn't played off the ball. And we got to get a coach that's going to force him to play off the ball, come off screens, come off pick downs, pick and rolls, the traditional type of basketball, to see if he can actually play in that type of system. He's always been on the ball. We've seen it 1,000 times. And now it's time to see, can he do the same? Can he reproduce the same kind of offense in a different type of system? And
I tell you what, if y'all don't want Westbrook, or you know they can come right home.
Man, nobody want to play with the fakers.
Okay.
I think Westbrook would go in a heartbeat. I'm not even doubting that. He's a LA dude.
Yeah. All right, moving along. Today was NFL Sunday. Football is back. You know what I'm saying? Go D especially was very scared of seeing if football will ever come back. Normally we have CP out here representing. He was holding double duties at point guard and shooting guard. He said he has an injury, but I think it's more of his feelings hurt because his team let him down.
Oh, CP, where you at, CP? You got to at least be in the chat.
Yeah, the Lions blew that game. It's 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter by Mitch Trubisky. Out of all players, Mitch Trubisky. And then Matt Stafford threw a touchdown pass to Swift, and he dropped it, and that would have won the game for them. So
that's total Lions thing to do, just like good old Calvin Johnson.
He said a total Lions thing to do. So we're not going to discuss. So it's all good in Chicago right now, right?
Oh yeah, Chicago.
Are you kidding me? Chicago is the sports mecca right now. We got two first place baseball teams. We got a first place WNBA team, and the Bears won their first game in 7 years.
So we're not gonna talk about that $21 million backup quarterback y'all got.
No,
about Nick Foles. Something they gotta figure out. But
no, we're good right now.
We're not gonna talk about all that money they invested in that defense.
Right.
We're good right now.
That gave me a whopping 4 points on fantasy today. Man, I'm cutting the Bears defense.
Hey, I said the same thing. I'm just waiting on Monday.
The defense does need a little work. I'll agree with you guys on that. But you know what? As a Bears fan, I'm taking the win. I'm happy. We look so much better than we did last year, the first game against the Packers. So
we all love it in the win. When we're in the win, we all love it. It's all good. We can overlook all the warts until we take that L. Then that's when the boo birds start coming out.
Oh yeah. NFL though, it's all about week to week. We're
1-0. That's it.
Well, I saw the Saints won the first ever 40+ bowl.
Man, let me tell you. We beat Tampa. The Falcons lose. It's a good day. This is a good day. D'Antonio walks away. This is a great day for Goldie Sports teams.
I wasn't even going to participate in this NFL conversation.
Oh, you have to. You have to.
Hey, that's why I'm wearing black, because I'm mourning the loss right now. I had on the red. We lost. I had to keep the black because I was mourning. Yeah, we lost, man. I'm telling you, man. Matt Ryan is my Achilles heel. I mean, if I was coach, he would have been. I just put in the backup, man. I don't care.
But was it really Matt Ryan?
Who was the backup?
I mean, I don't know if it was Ryan's fault.
Man, it was a team effort, but Matt Ryan. I just don't understand when you have someone as dynamic as Julio and you can't hit that man in stride. He got to make acrobatic catches just to get a first down. Like, I just don't understand that.
Because I got him on my fantasy team, and I text Smash, and I was like, Smash, is he in the game? And he was like, yeah, he just can't get him the ball. And that holds true to form with Julio. Julio does well against the Saints. Let me say that now. When he played against the Saints, he always seemed to have a good game. But everybody else, it just seems like, yeah, he's going to get a few yards, but they just can't get that guy in the end zone for some reason. I don't understand this.
But I mean, if you
Now,
want to
I
say
will
something
say
about that Falcons Seahawks game, you got to look at the defense, though. You guys only forced Wilson to have 4 incompletions. He was 30 for 35.
Dang.
Our defense been needing work for the last 5-6 years, man. I can't even. I don't even know what to call it there. Like I know I've been wanting to suit up and go play for them my damn self because they've been needing some help. I mean, actually, like they actually played better than I expected today.
Yeah, they came back a little bit on the Seahawks after they went that big lead. So the offense.
But when you see our offense, our offense should be scoring like crazy. Like if you look at our offense on paper, we shouldn't even worry about the defense. Defense, if somebody score, we should be like, all right, we're gonna go back out there and put up these points real quick because we got Julio, we got Ridley, we got Gage, we got Gurley in the backfield. Joe Smith is nice. I'm like, man, we can't do nothing. I look at all these other teams; they got no name people, and they out there scoring like crazy. But just one little thing on them, the Ain't So team. I mean, the Aints. I'm not happy for their win, but I am happy for the NFC South so everybody can see that Brady just ain't gonna come over here and do what they think he was gonna do. It's the NFC South.
And it was funny because the talking heads were like they were, they're supposed to be kind of like biased, right? Just play by play, color commentary. It was like they were almost rooting for Tom Brady to actually win this game. It was like, and when they lost, it was like, yeah, you punched me in the mouth, but I'll be back next week. It was like they just gotta get their timing together. They hadn't been together long. It's like, wait a minute, we all didn't play a preseason, so we all fight the same circumstances. So stop making excuses for the great Tom Brady and say that he's in a tougher division. He has to. You're not gonna see Miami twice. You're not gonna see the Jets twice. Now you got to see Atlanta twice. Now you got to see the Saints twice. You got to see Carolina twice. You're going to see better competition. And another thing that really made me laugh is he got sacked so much today that he was just like, you just see on his face like, Lord, why did I leave? I should have just stayed in New England because I didn't sign up for this.
Right.
That is what the biggest issue when I watch that game for the Bucs might be. If that offensive line does not block for Tom Brady, he has shown in the past, if you do not block for him, it's over. And you cannot win. It happened in New England when you frustrated him and you got that pass rush on him, it was over. Even with Belichick.
And referees gave him some good calls too. He got 2 pass interferences back to back. Like, come on, man. How much keep it close you gonna give this guy? And Gronk, where was Gronk? Gronk didn't show up at all. I think he just suited up.
Oh, I was just about to say. He just collected
the check. He lost like 40 pounds over the offseason that he still needs to gain back because he wasn't playing football, so he wasn't lifting no weights or nothing. Gronk's not going to look like Gronk till like week 12 or 13, I say.
I think that's a homeboy hookup. I really think that's just a homeboy hookup. Just, come on down here. You're already in Florida. I'm coming down to Florida. Just come on, join the team so we can hang out. I think that's what that's more about. They targeted Howard. I think I watched the whole game and I can't remember Gronk getting maybe 1 target the whole game. They targeted Howard more than they targeted him.
Yeah. Howard was getting left open too. But the thing is Arians' system never really needed a tight end. They just got Gronk there as like a pillow buddy for Brady. Here's someone just so here's a guy that you can room with him. And then like when the playoff comes, if Gronk gets his health back up, of course you use him because it's Gronk. But they're getting that that's a playoff move that they don't. Who cares what he does in the regular season?
Right. I agree.
Yo, shout out to Ron Rivera and the Washington football team.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? They came back. What was it, 17 deficit? They came back in that game.
Yeah. I mean, we all wrote them off.
Yep, and that defense, man, they were against, the Eagles known to have a above average great offensive line.
I mean,
they were getting in.
Come on, you talking about they got Payne, they got Allen, they got Sweat. Now you added Young. I mean, that has to be the best front four in all of football right now. So if you have those pieces, the score should look like this 17-27. If he could just find any semblance of offense, they should be in the games at all times. But that pass rush is really fierce. Who known they could put something together like that? Just any team, period, who can actually put those type of two bookends, two solid defensive tackles that could legitimately start and be Pro Bowlers on anybody's team, and you got 4 of them on one team. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. I'm glad to see the Washington football team come from the dead and actually do something and get a rivalry too. Come on, I want them to take out the Cowboys next.
Okay, look. Are we just gonna start playing here? Can we talk about a real football team? Can we talk about the Raiders just for a minute?
The Las Vegas Raiders.
I don't know about all that, but
I thank the Raiders again. Because they took out the Carolina, who's sitting at number 1 in the division right now, with everybody else with offers.
Shout out to the Great White Hope though, because that McCaffrey boy is special, man.
Yeah, he did his thing. He did everything humanly possible to keep them in that game. And Bridgewater didn't look bad, man. Bridgewater looked like Bridgewater.
He's never gonna look bad. He's never gonna win you a game.
Right.
It's just win you a game. He's never gonna look bad though. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
It's just the Panthers.
I mean, it went down to it almost went down to the last second, but on that 4th and 1, they decided not to give Chase our player, and it backfired.
But don't the Raiders always start out good?
No, we are unpredictable, my brother. we are very unpredictable.
Like, what happened to the Raiders?
He said we are unpredictable. I mean, Carr looked like
very unpredictable.
Carr looked like a decent quarterback, 22 for 30.
Look,
he threw a touchdown.
He's a very serviceable quarterback. No pun.
That's all he is. That's all he is.
I would worry about that Ruggs really hurt himself though, because he was looking good in that first half, and he got injured. He did not come back. But if he's out, that is going to hurt that team.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
I mean, he spread the ball. I mean, you think about it, he spread the ball around to maybe like 10 different receivers touch the ball today. So, and then you had Jacobs doing what Jacobs does. I mean, they have, not to toot the Raiders' horn that much, but you can see the flashes of they got something going, But for me, I'm glad they beat up.
You familiar with Jacobs, ain't you?
Listen, stop bringing up old stuff. Because we the reigning national champions, buddy. So don't matter what Jacobs did.
I'm not knocking it either. I'm not knocking it. Somebody get the guy. Somebody get the guy.
Talk about national champions. Burrows looked good for his first game.
Yeah,
not good enough for my fantasy team. He didn't. He overthrew. He overthrew like 2 touchdown passes. He overthrew them. So I mean,
receivers ain't fast enough.
But outside of fantasy, yeah, he did look like he can be something in this league. He did do that, and I'm surprised. Usually you see a quarterback that comes in, you can see him in the pocket. They'll be kind of jittery and doing things that's uncommon for what you've seen him coming out of college. But he looked poised. He looked confident in the pocket, and he just overthrew a lot of people. Man, I don't know if it was nerves or he just, like you say, Gio, they're just not fast enough to get there. But one thing, he overthrew Ross. In the end zone, the ball went to the back of the end zone, and Ross was at the front of the end zone. He overthrew him. It's hard to overthrow Ross. Now he run full.
It's hard to overthrow that guy right there. Yeah,
and he overthrew him for a touchdown. So I don't know, but he did look good. He did look good, and I'm not being biased, but
word on the street is Ross had a foot race with Flash, and it was like came down to like inches. So overthrow a cat like that, that's pretty amazing.
With Flash.
Flash who?
DC Comics. What are you talking about? The Flash is
I don't recognize that comic.
Stop it, Gio. You're gonna stop it now.
Gio, you didn't bring up your new second favorite team. What's up with the Chicago?
Arizona it's coming.
Oh yeah, the Chicago Cardinals came up with a victory today.
Rizzo, why
victory.
you feed into this madness, Rizzo?
Yeah, man, the Chicago
I like
Cardinals.
that team, man. That team is gonna surprise people this year. 100%.
Active 49ers. They took an L. They beat the 49ers. Murray looked great. You know what I'm saying? D-Hop is D-Hop. I don't know what's wrong with the Texans. Why did they give him up? Why did they trade him away? It makes I don't know. Somebody needs to get drug tested over there in Houston.
Man, you know that was a bat swinging contest. That's all that was. I don't need you. I don't need you. And he traded him. But they regret that now. I mean, the way they got punched in the mouth on Thursday, they wish they had Hop right now.
Yeah, talking about that, then David Johnson looked good. He got that quick touchdown. Then they're like, you know what? We're not going to use David Johnson anymore. That's just stupid. We're just going to play the ball.
They better not, because he'll come up a lame duck. You give him more than 5 carries a game, he might get hurt. So they did right.
That's a fact.
They did right. We need him for 16 games. Not at all.
Hey, you get the 4 carries. You pushing it, buddy.
Hey. And also that Cardinals secondary was, man, lights out, man. Shout out to the Cardinals, man. Chicago Cardinals doing their thing, man. I don't care if they're in Arizona.
He not even recognizing Arizona. He didn't say the Chicago Arizona Cardinals. He just said Chicago Cardinals. Come on, Gio.
Oh, well, because he's taking his Bears stuff to a whole nother level. I'm still Chicago Bears. That's why I'll say the Chicago Arizona Cardinals. It's fine with me. But, you know, that team right there has got a lot of talent. And I think Cliff Kingsbury in his second year, and he's got all his pieces now. He's got DeAndre Hopkins. They're going to make some noise in that division. They are going to be a hard out for any team every time they play.
I'm not going to buy that, but I'll say today was a good day for the Cardinals. I would have to see them sustain that over a course of a season before I actually, grant them that they're going to win that division. They still got to play the 49ers twice. Got to play them again. Right. I mean, you still got to play the Rams. So, I mean, it's not just a given that the Cardinals, now they have the pieces are there, but I don't know if we're going to crown them division champs just yet.
We're going to crown them. The Bills beat up on the Jets. They ain't nothing new.
Nah, man.
Ravens beat up on the Browns.
It went the way it should have.
Yep.
I'm going to tell y'all this.
With absent as Odell.
Yeah, bro. Don't even get me started. I got him too, bro. So I'm feeling your pain with that one. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm gonna go ahead and send KC, and I'm gonna go ahead and send the Ravens to the conference championship. Everybody else is playing for third at this point. Those two teams with no preseason, no nothing, to come out and just do what they've done in this first week of football. Like, they were going up and down the field. The Ravens were going up and down the field, doing whatever they wanted to do. And it was a surprise, because you would think that because there's no preseason that they would actually have some kind of like, maybe like a 20-25 game, you know what I'm saying? Something close. But for them to get out there and just demolish Cleveland and the way KC demolished the Texans, I don't really see anybody in the AFC really taking them out. I really don't.
It is Cleveland, though.
Yeah. It's Cleveland. Baker Mayfield's overrated.
He has some great commercials. Baker Mayfield has some great commercials. I will give him that. Yeah, his commercials is phenomenal. But I would say this because I got to get ready for work, so I got to leave y'all early, and I know y'all gonna miss me. But I got the Saints. I got the Saints, and I got Baltimore in the Super Bowl. But if those Saints bump into that bad man.
Listen, as long as we don't have to face Minnesota, as long as we don't have to play Minnesota, I think we'll get there.
Don't buy into it early, BTG. Don't do it.
I've always had love for the Saints. I don't have a problem with the Saints.
Don't be a hater all your life, Smash. Don't be a hater.
They're not gonna beat Green Bay. If they beat Green Bay in the playoffs.
Oh, here we go, boy. You talking about the bro? Gio, you thought the bromance between you and Melo was deep? Like, the bromance with him and Rodgers is off the charts. Like,
Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen play the game.
Don't you have to go to work?
This is true.
Didn't you say you have to get off early? God, don't start BTG. Don't start.
He has all the mechanics.
Y'all get this dude too much credit.
He has the all-time best touchdown quarterback celebration of all time. Okay? I just like messing with Goldie. That's all.
Yeah, that's terrible, bro. That's terrible.
Hey,
Stop.
I do have a question for y'all.
Did y'all lose to the Rams in the playoffs?
We lost to a lot of people in the playoffs. Just pick a year and I'll tell you who we lost to. Just pick a year, any year.
Who you against can be Minnesota.
That's what I just said. As long as we don't play Minnesota, I think we like our chances.
Yeah, well, Minnesota.
Unless it comes down to a field goal, in Minnesota, I'm giving y'all the chance to win.
Yeah, we got one of the best kickers in the league, so I'll take that chance.
Hey, seeing how things shaped out this week in football, do y'all think that they need to do preseason?
No.
We don't need. They just show we don't need preseason. The Raiders and the Panthers put up 64 points. We don't need no goddamn preseason.
Well, I will say this. I would say they should at least have, just because you got cats that need to make the roster.
Yeah.
And if you watched Hard Knocks and you see how those guys that were fringe players that they could have made that team if they had the opportunity to have more playing time and get more film. I would say at least have 2 preseason games and then go into the regular season, because you want the younger guys to get a chance to actually make the team. And this year they didn't get a chance to make the team.
That's when you're gonna have Jordy Nelson tear his Achilles or something like that.
I agree with you, Riz.
That's where NFL G League. Just have NFL
they
G
need
League.
something like that.
And that's where in the spring football, it should be spring football with the XFL. That's where Into the Rock and get a partnership with them. I think he has the cachet to go in the office with the commissioner of the NFL and say, hey, look, man, y'all want to do away with the preseason? That's fine. Let those guys play spring ball with us, and then you can just push them on in. You evaluate those guys there and pick who you want to pick. So because I know the veterans, they don't like this preseason mess. They don't like it. The owners like it because it's a paycheck. But the veterans, they're like, man, please.
Double-digit years. They sick of it.
Yeah. But that would be the answer, just to do the XFL.
The number one thing we all need to realize is that there's only one nation, and that's Raider Nation. Okay, I'm out.
Boy.
Yeah, have fun in Vegas, man.
Yeah.
Yep. Packers won 2. Aaron Rodgers won. They had a shootout with them Vikings.
And I thought, they were up on them at one point in time. They were beating the Vikings to a pulp, and then all of a sudden, I look at the box score and I'm like, wait a minute, they came back and made it a game.
They came back. There was no pressure. Kirk Cousins is the best quarterback when he has no pressure on him.
Yeah. I was surprised by that.
He had only 30 yards in the first half.
Yeah.
30 yards, I think, was what he had. He was 2 of 4. And I was like, this is a first half of football for this guy?
Yeah. But I turned it off because just like Tom Brady, they gush for Rodgers so much. It's like, can you just be biased towards everybody on the field and just commentate the game? It's just like they try to make him out to be this great hope, and he's really not that. I mean, he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's what they try to make him out to be.
He hasn't lived up to everything that he should have. They definitely should have won more than just one ring. I can agree with that. But getting to watch him live here 2 times a year against my team, he is the best quarterback I've ever seen.
We're not friends anymore, Rizzo.
I don't think he's the best quarterback of all time. He's just, in my lifetime, he's the best quarterback that I've seen play.
So we're gonna discount Breeze. We're gonna discount Brady. We're gonna discount all the quarterbacks that have the numbers to back up, plus the wins to back it up, and we're gonna still crown him as the best in the era. We're still gonna give him the best in the era.
That I've got to see it play against my team, fellas.
So you said against Chicago only?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll buy that.
And talking about quarterbacks, shout out to Cam Newton because he balled today.
Yeah, and I told y'all he would. I told y'all he would.
I'm on record saying he's my dark horse for MVP.
I told y'all he would. And I know Belichick, he's gonna go out there by hook or crook, and he's gonna get them some more weapons before the trade deadline, and they're gonna ball out. They're gonna ball out. I don't think they're gonna be, and especially with them playing against the Jets twice, playing against Miami twice.
Hey, don't do Miami. Don't do Miami.
Listen, I love the black man. I love the black man as the head coach, but we're gonna call a spade a spade. He does not have a fighting chance. They're gonna tank, and if he was smart, he would tank. Get to some pieces, get him an offensive right tackle, get him some receiver, a solid running back, get him something. You can't expect them to just come out and win. If they win more than 6 games, he needs to be fired because you need to tank the rest of the season. Man. Get that guy some help before it's too late, because you know he's brittle as a wet piece of paper.
Well, they got 2 on the bench at the moment, so
yeah.
So it looks like they're thinking anyways with Fitzpatrick, because he was, I don't know what he was doing out there. The magic wasn't there.
But it doesn't matter. I agree with Cody. Keep him on the bench the whole season this year. There's no reason to put him out there. Let him take a beating with a bad offensive line. You don't have good skill position players. You're in a rebuild mode already. Don't put 2 out there this year. Give him the whole year off, or play him maybe like the last 2 games just to see.
Yeah, just give him spot play. Give him spot. Just get a little experience in there, and then put him on the bench, man. It makes no, I hate, like Gio, like you love Miami because of the black head coach, and I love him for the same reason. GM. And that's fine too, but they all gonna get fired together. But at the same time, that's just what we're gonna have. We know how this plays out, right? We always get the head coaching jobs for the mediocre jobs, and they're gonna turn this thing around. They're gonna make this thing a better situation, and they're gonna get fired in 3 years, and then they're gonna have somebody else come in and reap all the benefits. That's just the way it goes. And I would want them. And in this situation, you can't blame them for doing what they're doing. Like you can't rush 2 out there, because now if you do get that 4th or 5th year, now you may ruin your quarterback, not only physically but mentally. You make him be gun shy to sit back in the pocket and do what he normally does. So it's good to put him on the bench. It's a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation down in Miami. It's just sad to say, but that's just what it is.
Right. What's your take, Smash?
Nah, I think Miami might be all right, man. I do agree with leaving Tua on the bench. I would, give him the rest of this whole year to keep rehabbing and make sure, because that was a brutal break that he had in college. So I'd let him rebuild and don't put him out there against that line unless you have to. Unless they like just really, really losing and he trying to win, then maybe let him run. But right now, like y'all said, I would leave him on the bench and just play it out, man. They didn't look too bad today, though. I mean, they didn't look too bad.
They didn't look bad. It was just Cam did his thing, man. Cam was amazing.
Yeah, Cam was
he had like 75 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. He was 15 for 19 QBing. So
he's probably one weapon.
He made me think about who was Brady? Like, who was Brady? Like, it's just anybody. Now it make me think, is Brady really the GOAT? Because he just stepped in, and if he can do that all season, then I don't know.
I'm gonna have to find this video. There's a guy that broke him down, broke the whole situation, the New England situation down on why Brady is what Brady is. I'm gonna have to find it. We have to share it on the page. But I mean, in summary of it, he was basically saying because he played in such a terrible division that that kind of inflated his numbers more than what we thought it should be. Like we're gonna see, like Brady gets it out, right? If Tampa does what Tampa usually does, he's going to get it out where he's old, right? But if he was to say win the division, that'd have been like all hail Tom Brady, right? But today was an example of what Tom Brady really is. That's the quarterback that I thought he would be. You have a good running back. You have 2 good running backs, but I think Arian will be the same way Arian killed Winston's career. I think he's going to kill Brady's career the same way.
Yep, I agree.
I don't know if I agree with that. I got the Bucs making a wild card.
How? Where? I mean,
there's
where?
3 wild card teams this year. There are 2 wild card teams, right?
No, 3.
It's 3 wild, but in the NFC South. In the NFC South, you think?
I got 3 teams. In my picks before the season started, I actually got 3 NFC South teams making it. I got the Falcons, I got the Saints, and I got the Bucs.
I think it's going to be 2 teams. It's going to be the Falcons and it's going to be the Saints. I don't see Tampa. I don't see Tampa getting off the mat, bro. I really don't see Tampa getting off the mat.
Why do you have Tampa? I'm curious.
I like their skill positions, and I trust Bruce Arians. I think that they're going to get that offense going. I don't like what I saw from that offensive line today, but they were playing one of the better defensive lines in the Saints. I give them that. So, but I am worried about that. That's the one thing I'm looking at right now is that offensive line. If it looks that bad, then I'm not going to like the
That Tampa Bay defense didn't look good either.
Yeah, they were playing the Saints. That's what I'm saying. It's not an easy division, but they're not going to have to play the Saints and the Falcons.
And you got to think about it. They got to play them twice. They got to play them twice.
You got to play them twice.
But you got to think about it. Michael Thomas didn't even have a Michael Thomas day. Like once they get him involved, I like the story. I like the story of Arians going down to Tampa and rebuilding and bringing the great Tom Brady in. All that is good and candy and gumdrops. But in reality of it all, this division is not the division where you put a 40-something-year-old quarterback on his first year. Like unlike Tom Brady, unlike Breeze, where he's been in the division for a long time, so he knows what's in the division, how to function in the division. This is I would say at the most 8-8 for this team, at the most. And you have to really look at their schedule to really figure out what are those 8 games that you're going to see. I don't think that they're going to beat us. Usually Tampa is usually a tough out for us. We usually split with Tampa every year. But for us to come out and do them like we did them today, I don't think at this point they're going to beat us when we go down to Tampa. I don't see it happening.
You got another loss coming up against the Bears as well.
That's true. That is true.
Hey man, as long as you got that $21 million backup quarterback, the sky's the limit for you guys. The sky's the limit.
Hey,
we're on cloud 9 right now, man. Chicago's looking nice.
1-0 with $21 million backup quarterback. So he did a great
Jill
job.
said we on cloud 9 right now.
All right, we've been here for quite a minute. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Smash, any closing remarks?
Nah, I'm just glad football back. I'm hoping that it keeps going. So far they seem to be doing pretty good on the COVID aspect. So I hope it keeps going. I see them wearing the watches and they monitoring it. So I hope we can have a good football season, man. And the fans not being in the stands didn't bother me a bit today. So
not at all.
I'm
not at all.
Oh, wait, Jaguars have fans though. The Jaguars have fans.
But they have to, bro.
Come on, man.
They got a swimming pool, bro. You gotta have fans with a swimming pool, right?
This is true. Jay Rizzo, any closing remarks?
Hey, man, I'm happy as can be. Everything in Chicago is great. So on to next week. I second the motion what Smash said. I love that football's back. Looked good out there. No preseason. Scrap that. Get that out of here. Try to get the G League set up. Don't need it. I thought the game looked great. There wasn't a lot of penalties even.
Right. It wasn't a lot of injuries either. Not a lot of injuries either.
Yeah,
so
that's the other thing that my wife was saying. She thought there was going to be a bunch of injuries. Not really too many. So, yeah, I'm just happy football's back and Bears are first in division.
I can't even hit on y'all, man. I can't even hit. Enjoy it.
Hey, man, all's good. MDA is fired in Houston. New Orleans is 1-0, first in the division. Everybody else in the division is 0-1. It couldn't be a better time right now, man. It couldn't be a better time. I'm like, to reiterate what Smash said about the COVID thing, let's just hope these guys, look, NFL guys, please take a page. Please don't take a page out of the NBA kids book and want to have all these women running out the bubble. Be adults, right? Be adults and do your job. And when the offseason comes, you can go get COVID then, but, do your job. And because, we want our entertainment as well, so be adults. That's all I got for it.
I'll take it a step further. Don't be a LeBron James and do not snitch on the other teams.
Right.
Having guests over.
Right.
Dang, that's messed up. Hey, it might be something about being part of the Lakers because Kobe snitched on Shaq, remember?
Yeah. And we're not gonna talk about D'Angelo Russell.
Right. We might be on to something here. We might be on to something.
How we not bring this up when the Lakers got
right? The snitches hang out in LA. That is funny. We might be on to something there, Gio.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm just glad Chicago won. Both my Chicago teams won. Shout out to the Cardinals. Shout out to the Bears. You know what I'm saying? Cubs pitcher Alex Mills threw a no-hitter to another man. It was great. You know what I'm saying? Cubs had a clutch win last night, and then they dominated again today, sitting at first place. And then watch out for the Chicago Sky. They're gonna make some noise this WNBA playoff, man. Vanderstoof, MVP.
Chicago
all day.
Here you go. When we reaching down for NBA, WNBA for fan glory, we have a problem in Chicago.
Hey, man, we're in first place.
There's a problem in Chicago.
Every
team's in first place. You ever have that happen in New Orleans?
You say just stop the world right now, huh? Just stop everything and leave the season right now. End it right now.
First place.
Chicago on top across the world.
I'd be the same way. I can't even be mad at
Chicago versus everybody.
Yep.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Yep. Well, keep make sure you guys like and share the channel. Stay on the lookout. We're gonna have a great episode. Trying to get all these content creators together. We're gonna have a great fantasy football episode coming out, and we're also gonna be showcasing different charities.
That's it.
Yep. And then on that note, we're out.